Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Meetinghouse of Provincetown, where we affirm the inherent worthiness and dignity of every person, and where we support each other on our spiritual search for truth and meaning. My name is Reverend Kate Wilkinson, and I am so glad that you have joined us this morning. Welcome to all of you in the room, and welcome to all of you joining us via our live stream. What a week we've had. I am so glad that you are all safe, and I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad we have power and heat. Yes. For those of you joining from afar, we've been through a bit of an ordeal this week on Cape Cod, but we're okay. We can do hard things, which is the title of today's service now. Before we begin our worship service, though, I have just a few announcements to share with you. This afternoon, today, at 2 o'clock, is our third annual Singspiration event. We will be welcoming all of the other faith communities here in our sanctuary, and we'll each be sharing a song from our tradition and then teaching a song to everyone gathered. And this coincides with the Singing Resistance Weekend of Action that is happening nationwide. So as we are singing together here, others will be singing songs of justice and peace in solidarity with immigrant communities all over the country. Some of these gatherings are happening at ICE facilities or places where violence has taken place. At our event, we will be taking a collection for Latinos on Provincetown, a nonprofit teaching English, connecting neighbors, and building bridges that make Provincetown feel more like home. We hope you will join us. And if you'd like to sing with our choir, we welcome all singers. We'll be doing the song that the choir will be singing today during the offertory, and you'll see that it is quite easy to learn. So if you want to sing in the choir, come at 1:30. If you want to just sing with the congregation, come at 2. And we could also use some help with greeting and ushering and with the cookie reception that we're going to have downstairs afterwards. So let me know if you can help with this. Our organization got a little scattered during the week. We had other things on our minds. Tomorrow, Monday, at 10 a.m., we have our first Visible Mending workshop as part of our Winter Spirituality series. This is led by Stephanie Cave. So bring some old clothing that needs mending and turn it into a piece of art. We're not pretending that the tear didn't happen. We're elaborating on it. Every Monday, we also have Qigong in the morning and meditation in the evening, both on Zoom. So tomorrow you can basically spend the whole day with us. This is the first week of the month, so we also have our knitting circle on Tuesday and our Quaker worship service Wednesday evening. Coming up on Friday, we have a relaxing sound bath. That's at 11 o'clock with Kat Black. She has those singing bowls. Let the healing vibrations just wash over you. You can bring a yoga mat and a blanket if you can to lie on the floor, or you can sit in a chair. Now this is a lot of information, so you can refer to the green handouts at the welcome table, or you can find more information on our website, uumh.org. We are currently signing people up for our Talent, No Talent show and Pie Night. That's going to be on Pie Day, March 14th, 3.14. We're looking for talented or not talented, we are not picky, acts for our show, and also for pie bakers, although we do prefer if you're good at making pies. So please see Shar at coffee hour if you would like to sign up for that. Finally, if you're attending in person today, we hope you will stick around for a little while after the service for coffee and conversation downstairs in Acker Bosworth Hall. Let's take a moment now to affirm our Meetinghouse covenant. You can find this printed on the purple laminated cards in your pews. I'm going to say it line by line, so you can repeat each line back to me, or if you prefer, you can just listen. Love is the spirit of this meeting house.
Love is the spirit of this meeting house.
This is our great covenant.
This is our great covenant.
To dwell together in peace.
To dwell together in peace.
To seek the truth in love.
To seek the truth in love.
And to help one another.
And to help one another.
Now, as we light our chalice here in the sanctuary, I invite those of you watching from home to light a candle wherever you are. In this way, we can feel connected even while we are apart. And this morning, I invite our worship host, Vicki, and Mary Beth to light our chalice for us.
Our chalice lighting words are by Laura Thompson. Across the distance, the light from within me shines, sending love to all. Across the distance, your light is fuel that warms me and helps to keep my own light burning. Together, we keep the flame of community burning bright.
Thank you. I invite you to join me now in a spirit of meditation and prayer. After our meditation, we'll sing together. What? I skipped a hymn. I'm sorry. I invite you to join me now in singing our opening hymn. It's number 1015 in these teal hymnals. It's called I Know I Can. Number 1015, I Know I Can. Please rise as you are able. Days be dark with storms, and burdens weigh my heart. The troubles wait at every turn. I know I can go on. Sorrow heals my soul, and burdens make me strong. Though troubles wait at every turn, I know I can go on. My sister in my heart, my brother in my song. Though troubles wait at every turn, I know I can go on. And though the journey is long, the destination is near. Though troubles wait at every turn, I know I can go on. So brothers, take my hand, and sisters, sing my song. When hope awaits at every turn, I know we will go on. That is the theme song for 2026. Now, I invite you to join me in prayer and meditation. After the meditation, we will sing together again, Spirit of Life, hymn number 123 in the gray hymnals. You can also find the words to this song printed on the purple laminated cards in your pews. We'll sing first in English and then in Spanish, and the Spanish words are on those cards. During the meditation or at any time during the service, you are invited to light a silent candle at the table to the right of the pulpit. and there's a journal there to record your thoughts and prayers. If you are anything like me, you've been holding a lot of tension in your body this week. So our meditation this morning is a body scan and relaxation exercise that can hopefully allow us to be a little more present and centered. I'll be inviting you to clench and unclench different parts of your body as part of this meditation. So if any of those movements aren't accessible to you, you can skip those parts or imagine them in your mind's eye. And if this just isn't your jam, you can also feel free to tune out for a few minutes. Tuning out is its own kind of meditation. But if you're feeling up for it, I invite you to find a comfortable position now. And if you'd like to, you can even gently close your eyes and begin to soften your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now take a deep breath in and exhale with a sigh. Inhale deeply, exhale with a sigh. Continue with a steady breath. I invite you to bring your awareness to the places where your body is touching the earth. Maybe your feet are on the ground, or you are feeling the couch or the pew beneath you. Feel into any places that your weight is being supported. Feel the weight of your body. Feel the support of the earth beneath you. Allow yourself to melt into the support of the earth. You are fully supported. Now, beginning with our feet, we're going to concentrate our energy on one part of our body at a time. And we'll do that by first tensing that part of our body and then releasing that tension. So let's start with our feet. We ask a lot of our feet, and they often carry the entire weight of our bodies. Bringing your awareness to your feet, make them as tense as you can. Scrunch up your toes inside your shoes and hold that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now release. Relax your feet. Moving to your calf muscles, make them tense and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Moving up to the thighs and your bottom, the place you're sitting, make this part of your body tense and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Now bring your awareness to your abdomen. We hold a lot of tension in our stomachs. That's sometimes where our worry lives. Try clenching your stomach and tensing your abdomen for 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Moving up to your chest, we send energy to the place where our heart resides. Our hearts are physically and metaphorically doing a lot of work these days. Try to make your chest tense for 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Moving now to our arms and hands, we are holding so much, too much. Let's clench our fists and tighten our arm muscles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. And next we bring attention to our face. We often try to control the expressions on our face or put a brave face on, but not right now. Right now, I invite you to scrunch up your face, make the whole thing tense. It does not matter what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Finding your way back to your steady breath. Let's inhale, exhale, and now with your whole body, every muscle in your body, make them tense and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then release that tension. And again, for the last time, with your whole body, make it tense. 2, 3, 4, and release. Take a deep inhale. Exhale with a sigh. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Sigh out the mouth. And come back to that steady breath, relaxing and melting into the earth. Allow your whole body to soften and release, and feel how supported you are by the earth. Slowly begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers if you can. And if you have closed your eyes, I invite you to open them now, becoming fully present to this moment. I'd like to lead our time for all ages today. We're not learning a song during this time, but don't worry. We are learning a song today. We've been learning a resistance song every week, and the choir is going to be singing our resistance song this week during the offertory, and we will get a chance to sing it at the end of the service. So just take it in while the choir is singing, keep it in there, and then join us during the closing song. But for our time for all ages, I wanted to talk to you about something that I learned when I was working with a lot of children in my last job at the UU Urban Ministry. And we learned some skills about how to talk to kids when they were scared or worried. We worked with little kids and middle kids and teenage kids, and I used this one most with the little kids. Sometimes little kids hold a lot of worries inside, and when adults try to help, sometimes they're not that helpful. They tell the kids, "Don't worry." And, that's not always very helpful. So we learned this thing where instead of asking a kid not to worry, we ask the children to pair their worried thought with a brave thought. So we're not telling them not to worry, we're just asking them, when you have a worried thought, can you also think of a brave thought? So remember the children's book that we read last week talked about being scared of what's in your closet? Your worried thought might be, I think there's a monster in my closet. But your brave thought might be, but I know my mom is down the hall. And that might make you a little less worried if you can think of a brave thought to have alongside your worried thought. And I was singing this all week long as I was having some worried thoughts, trying to pair them up with some brave thoughts. And after this whole storm was over, and Thursday night we got our power back on where I live, and I was so happy. And Friday, Lisa went to visit her folks, and I was alone Friday night in the house, and guess what happened? The power went off again. And I had a worried thought. It was a one-syllable worried thought that starts with F. So I tried to look for my brave thought, which was, but I know where all the supplies are, because we just put them all away, and I know I can get those back, and it'll be okay. But then the lights flickered back on, and all was well. I was so relieved. But I had that worried thought and matched it with a brave thought, and it got me through that moment. And I hope that matching a worried thought with a brave thought might help the children in your lives, but also all of you. So keep that in mind next time you have a worried thought.
Our reading today is a poem by Adri Cousereau called Mary Oliver for Corona Times. Thoughts after the poem Wild Geese. It was written during the pandemic, so some of the lines are very specific to that time. But there were aspects of this last week that felt very similar to that other time. So we offer you this beautiful poem once again. You do not have to become totally Zen. You do not have to use this isolation to make your marriage better, your body slimmer, your children more creative. You do not have to maximize its benefits by using this time to work even more, write the best-selling Corona Diaries, or preach the gospel of Zoom. You only have to let the soft animal of your body unlearn everything capitalism has taught you. That you are nothing if not productive, that consumption equals happiness, that the most important unit is the single self, that you are at your best when you resemble an efficient machine. Tell me about your fictions, the ones you've been sold, the ones you sheepishly sell others, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world as we know it is crumbling. Meanwhile, the virus is moving over the hills, suburbs, cities, farms, and trailer parks. Meanwhile, the news barks at you, harsh and addicting, until the push of the remote leaves a dead quiet behind. a loneliness that hums as the heart anchors. Meanwhile, a new paradigm is composing itself in our minds, could birth at any moment if we clear some space from the same tired hegemonies. Remember, you are allowed to be as still as the white birch, stunned by what you see, uselessly shedding your coils of paper skins because it gives you something to do. Meanwhile, on top of everything else you are facing, do not let capitalism co-opt this moment, laying its whistles and train tracks across your weary heart. Even if your life looks nothing like the Sabbath, your stress boa constricting your chest, know that your antsy kids, your terror, your shifting moods have every right to be here and are no less sacred than a yoga class. Whoever you are, no matter how broken, the world still has a place for you, calls to you over and over, announcing your place as legit, as forgiven. Even if you fail and fail and fail again, remind yourself over and over, all the swells and storms that run through your long, tired body, all have their place here, now in this world. It is your birthright to be held deeply, warmly in the family of things, not one cell left in the cold.
Thank you, Vicki. Now is the time when we take a collection for the ongoing support of this Meetinghouse and our shared ministry. As we enjoy a musical reflection by our choir, we welcome your donations here in the sanctuary or online through PayPal or Venmo. You can find that information on our website, uumh.org. At this point, I invite 3 or 4 volunteer ushers forward to take up our collection. On and off-site, your offerings will be gratefully received.
I've got the energy to sing. So I can rise again, rise again.
Just know that you want to sing that with us later. Yes. One of you said something to me the other day before this week's storm. I forget which one of you said it. Maybe it was you, Vicki. I can hear you saying this, but I don't know if it was you. One of you said to me that whenever the lights go out in a storm, you feel like Laura Ingalls Wilder on Little House on the Prairie. Was it you?
I said that when you told me that, I said, I was just reading that to a child.
There we go. And it helps to channel the pioneering spirit. I have to say, after this week, I don't think I would have made a great pioneer. Which is a great disappointment to me. This is particularly devastating to find out because my generation grew up playing one of the very first computer games out there, the Oregon Trail. This was a pioneering educational computer game developed in the 1970s, which became a hallmark of elementary education in the 80s. Every person my age, which in this congregation basically just means Stephanie, and she's not here today, but she would tell you every person our age played this game in our school libraries and computer labs. It had low-resolution graphics, chunky green and black pixel art, took forever to load on an enormous Apple computer, and it was the most exciting thing in our day. It was designed to teach children about the 19th century pioneer life, with players striving to navigate from Independence, Missouri, all the way to the Willamette Valley in Oregon, with all kinds of dangers and challenges along the way. Now, because it was the 1980s, there was no reflective component about colonialism or manifest destiny or the displacement of Native communities. We were simply the pioneers, heading west to build our fortunes and make a new life. The game asked you to master things like resource management and hunting. You had to buy and ration supplies like food, ammunition, and clothing. And there were terrible challenges like disease, broken wagons, and river crossings. You rarely, if ever, made it all the way to Oregon. And it was famous for ending with the dreaded message, "You have died of dysentery." Game over. So as a member of the Oregon Trail generation, survival skills are a treasured virtue. And I would dearly love to be one of those people that becomes super resourceful in a crisis. Which is why my response to this storm was a little disappointing. I mean, I did all right. I did well even for a few days. Stiff upper lip and all. I went out to shovel several times, Lisa and I played cards each evening by lantern light. It was delightful. Each time one of us entered a room, we instinctively turned on the light switch and we laughed at ourselves. We were safe. That was the main thing. I didn't complain about the cold. I just put more layers on. That was fine. I wasn't panicked or anything. But Lisa's response was much more heroic. She filled the bathtub with water the night before so that we could bucket flush, and when our power went out, she MacGyvered our propane fireplace with a giant battery and got that working. She ran around checking on all the neighbors and bringing them firewood and soup. I mostly just wanted to get under 200 blankets and read my book until it was over. On day 3, I got a migraine, and it was like all the wheels had come off the wagon. I was reminded, though, during all of this, that physical survival skills are not the only important ones that get you through hard times. Mental survival skills are often just as important. Perhaps it's because of my Oregon Trail days, but I really love the reality show Alone. Do you know it? Half of you know it. Go ahead and judge me. But it's a really good show, okay? It's not like Survivor with all that unnecessary drama and the stupid man-made challenges. On Alone, contestants are dropped into the remote wilderness and forced to create their own shelter and hunt, fish, and forage their own food. They are allowed to bring 10 things with them, like a tarp or an axe, a fishing net or a fire starter. And I am fascinated by the shelters that they build. Some people dig into the ground. Some use their axes to cut down trees and build elaborate cabins. Some make a simple lean-to. It's all about energy, output versus input. But the longer they stay out there, the colder it gets as winter descends. But whoever survives the longest wins. Small spoiler alert here. On most of the seasons, it's not necessarily the person with the most outdoor skills that lasts the longest. It turns out we can all survive on very little for quite some time. The person who lasts the longest is usually the person who can imagine and create a new life for themselves in that wilderness. One that is full of struggle, for sure, but one that also has room for joy and creativity and a deep connection with nature. Someone who can create a meaningful new routine instead of only dreaming of their other life. If it is a season with teams, the most important thing is how the two people can cooperate with each other, support each other, not take out their frustrations on one another or turn on one another when things get hard. A lot of people drop out of Alone. They call it tapping out, by the way. A lot of people drop out of Alone because they just can't adjust their minds to their new life. So this week has been a little bit like Little House on the Prairie, a little bit like the Oregon Trail, a little bit like Alone. And perhaps we were proud of ourselves for our resilience, or perhaps we were disappointed in ourselves for the many ways in which we could have done better. A reminder that you do not have to become totally zen to survive a snowstorm. You only have to let the soft animal of your body unlearn everything capitalism has taught you. And it takes time to unlearn that we need every convenience and luxury and next day Amazon package, to unlearn that high-tech bells and whistles are the greatest inventions, to unlearn that Facebook is what gives our lives meaning, to unlearn that people are to blame for their own circumstances and we are protected by our virtue, to unlearn that the most important unit is the single self, to unlearn the instincts to hoard, to unlearn that we should not accept help. We survived this last week on very little. What became important were the small things. A cup of coffee, but also neighbors, patience, breath, song. And I know it does no good to create a hierarchy of sorrows. If you are cold, it does little good to remind yourself that others are colder. But my mind did so often turn to others this week. As we were sheltering in place on Cape Cod, many of our dear friends were sheltering in place in Puerto Vallarta, where a lot of people from Provincetown go to vacation, and where gang violence and protest erupted all over the city, and locals and American tourists were advised to stay inside. In the darkness of our power outage, we lit a candle for them and their safety. My mind turned a lot to people from the past who survived their whole lives without the modern conveniences that we take for granted. I thought a lot about their strength, the strength of our ancestors that we are built out of. And my mind turned to the people of Ukraine, the people of Gaza, people of Sudan. Now I would add the people of Iran, who are going without, living in fear, functioning in survival mode. Beloveds, living through crises that will not end with a celebratory whir of the refrigerator coming back on and the glorious flip of a light switch that actually brings light this time. Sometimes these things feel so far from our daily lives that we are able to kind of block them out a little. These lives seem so different from our own experiences that we can't imagine them. But this week, I could begin to imagine them, and my heart broke open a little. As my coping skills became stretched on day 3 without power, I thought of those whose troubles stretch on for not days, but years. And I thought of those whose struggles compound one upon another. Grief upon loss, upon darkness, upon hunger. As I began to notice my decision-making capabilities and my temper fuse shrinking over the course of the week, I reminded myself how trauma plays out in our minds and bodies and relationships. Here's how it might show up: fear, grief, anger, emotional numbness, feeling overwhelmed, trouble concentrating or remembering things, difficulty making decisions, short attention spans, sleep disturbances, bodily aches and pains, headaches, restlessness, a quick startle response, irritability, crying easily, withdrawal from others, being over-controlling, being judgmental. I began to have so much more compassion for those who have a harder time when emergencies happen, when unforeseen events upend things, or when even positive change seems to upset the apple cart. I remember that it is not this thing that is undoing them. It is the compounding of things over a lifetime. I wasn't a hero during the storm, would not make a good pioneer. But two things did deepen inside of me this week: gratitude and compassion. Gratitude and compassion grew in me each day. And here's the thing: no matter how well or poorly we made it through this week's storm, the fact is we made it through. And we can claim that now as a victory. I remember one time when I was working at the U Urban Ministry in Roxbury, we used to have a mentoring program for teens. And one night we had a panel discussion by people from all different professions that we thought the kids might be interested in. And my friend Susie is a landscape architect who graduated from Harvard. And her work is really cool, and I thought she would connect well with the kids, so I invited her to be on the panel. But what she told them surprised me. I did terribly in school, she told them. I smoked a little too much. I wasn't focused. I barely passed my exams. Do you know what they call the person who passes with the lowest possible scores at Harvard? She asked them. The very last one in the graduating class. Do you know what they call that person? None of us knew. A Harvard graduate, she said. And everyone laughed just as you did. She barely made it through, she said, but the point was, she made it through, and now she can claim it as a victory. She's a Harvard graduate. I didn't quite get her message then. I thought it maybe wasn't what I was trying to tell the students, but now I get it. Most of those kids were not going to go to Harvard, but they were going to face hard things. In her own way, Susie was telling them, we do the best we can when things are hard, and then we move on. She's a Harvard graduate. We are graduates of the blizzard of 2026 and the COVID pandemic and the AIDS epidemic and every other hard thing we've ever done, however well or poorly. Every hard thing we've ever done is part of us now and has changed us, and we learn from it and grow from it, and we move on from it. Healing comes less like a falcon with mighty wings, writes the poet Rosemary Watola Tromer, and more like an earthworm that slowly moves beneath it all, tightening up, then stretching out, tightening up and stretching out, a simple two-part rhythm. Some days that is all the body can do, contract, expand, contract, expand. In the meantime, through this artless act, what is dense becomes porous. In the meantime, what is stuck and clotted gets moved around. What is dead passes through, is processed by the grit inside. There are tunnels now in the soil of me, thin channels of recovery, a blessed loosening, a gradual renewal. It's unhurried, but I feel it. The air, the rain, the life coming in. Friends, I have a lot of worried thoughts. And my body sometimes urges me into a trauma response and asks me to numb or blame or rage. But then I remember some of the tools I have on hand. And so I companion each worried thought with a brave thought. And that seems to help. Contract, expand, contract, expand. My worried thought is, this world is a hard place. And my brave thought is, yes, but we can do hard things. We already have. Amen. And blessed be. Would our choir like to come across the front? We would love to lead you in the song, Rise Again.
All right, if you'd like to rise with us, I'll be saying the words right before we sing them, so you can join us. And it starts with, I've got the patience. Okay? I've got the patience to breathe in, to inhale, exhale. I've got the energy to sing, I've got the strength to keep on going, so I can rise again, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-dum, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-da-ba-da-ba, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-dum, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-da-ba-da-ba, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-dum, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-da-ba-da-ba, so I can rise again. The patience, I've got the patience to inhale, exhale, the energy, I've got the energy to sing, the strength, I've got the strength to keep on going, so I can rise again, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-dum, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-da-ba-da-ba, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-dum, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-da-ba-da-ba, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-dum, Shooby-dooby-doo-ba-da-ba-da-ba, so I can rise again. Last time with the words. I've got the patience to inhale, exhale, the energy to sing, the strength. I've got the strength to keep on going so I can rise again. Last time with the shooby-doos. 2, 3, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-da. Shooby-dooby-doo-ba-da-ba-da-ba, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-da. Shooby-dooby-doo-ba-da-ba-da-ba, shooby-dooby-doo-ba-da. Shooby-dooby-doo-ba-da-ba-da-ba, so I can rise again.
Thank you so much. You may be seated.
That was awesome. It has become our practice to pose a question based on the theme of the service each week. It can be a topic of sharing at coffee hour today or with friends during the week. If you'd like to delve deeper into this topic, we invite you to our midweek Zoom coffee hour on Tuesday at 5 p.m. If you're not on our UMH Folk email list, please let Kenneth in the office know, and he can get you that link. Our question this week is, share with us a worried thought, brave thought, from the storm or from another challenging time in your life. Share with us a worried thought, brave thought, from the storm or from another challenging time in your life.
Thank you so much for being here this morning. We hope you will come back at 2 o'clock for Singspiration. If you want to sing with us, come at 1:30. I'll end with these closing words by Adri Cussereau. Whoever you are, no matter how broken, the world still has a place for you. Calls to you over and over, announcing your place as legit, as forgiven. Even if you fail and fail and fail again, remind yourself over and over. All the swells and storms that run through your long, tired body all have their place here, now, in this world. It is your birthright to be held deeply, warmly in the family of things. Not one cell left out in the cold. Go in peace.